Hello dear students, welcome to the lecture series of Object Oriented Programming. In this lecture, we are going to see what is structure, how to declare the structure variables, how to access the members of a structure using structure variable and using pointers. We will see how to assign pointers to the structure. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to introduce and use structure, as well as you will be able to access members of a structure using structure variable and using pointers. Let us have a look on a simple C++ program. Here I want to maintain a record of a single student which consists of roll number and name. Roll number has a data type as an integer, name has a data type as a character. Now if I want to maintain a record of a single student, it is a collection of a heterogeneous data types, as roll number has an integer data type which is different than a character data type which name has. Now if I want to maintain a record of a single student, it is easy to maintain as I can accept the roll number and name of a student using simple cin statement, and if I want to display, I can use a simple cout statement. If I want to display it in the tabular form, it will be easy for me by using setw manipulator, and I can display the record like that. Now if you observe, the program is very simple, but when I want to maintain a record of a single student which consists of a heterogeneous data types. But what if I want to maintain a record of 100 students or 10 students? Then it will be difficult for me to maintain the record of those 10 students which consist of a collection of heterogeneous data types as integer, character, float, long, string, etc. So in that case I have option as a structure. Structure is a collection of a heterogeneous data type. It is specifically used to store the record. Now let us see the syntax of a structure. Here I have a structure syntax. Here I need to use a struct as a keyword followed by the name of the structure, and inside the opening and closing curly parentheses I have the structure members which can be accessed by the structure variables, and I have to create the structure variable for accessing the members of the structure. Let me show you the example. Here I have a structure as a student which has a name as a student, and it is declared and defined as a struct student. Inside the opening and closing curly parenthesis I have the members of a structure as name, role, HSC, percentage. Now what about the size of that structure? Now when I want to store an integer called as role which has a role, now the memory will be reserved in the memory location, and which will be of data which will be of size 2 bytes. Now if I want to store HSC percentage, the size will be of 4 bytes as it is of float data type, and the character as it is an array of 25, then I will require a size of 25 bytes which will be reserved in the memory location. Now here I have a collection of heterogeneous data types, and when those collection of heterogeneous data type is of structure, then the size required will be addition of all the size of the members. Okay, so the total size required to store a single student record will be of 31 bytes as 25 for character, 2 for roll number, and 4 for HSC percentage. So likewise 31 bytes will be required to store a record of one student. So likewise if I want to store the record of 2 students, so double size I will require. Here name, roll number, and HSC percentage are the structure elements, or they can be referred as a structure members. Now let us see how to create the structure variable. There are two ways to create the structure variables. Structure variables can be created with the structure definition, or they can be created separately. In the first way, the structure variables are created separately. Now if you observe here, I have created the structure variable as S1 and S2 of a structure student, and I have used the keyword as a struct. So the complete syntax is struct student followed by the structure variables s1 and s2. If I want to create the more than one structure variables, then I can separate those structure variables using comma. Now if I want to create the structure variables with the structure definition, I can create like this. Here I have a structure as a student with the structure variables s1 and s2. In that case, no need to declare the struct student statement again. How to access the members of a structure? Now here I have the structure which consists of a members as role, name and HSC percentage. The the members of a structures can be accessed using dot operator. So the syntax is variable name dot operator with member. Now here the structure variables are A, B and C. So if I want to access a member of a variable A, a member, role, name and HSC percentage and which is of record A, then I will write a statement as A dot role, A dot name, A dot HSC percentage. In the same way, if I want to access the variable role, name and HSC percentage for the record B, then I can access like B dot role, B dot role, name and B dot HSC percentage. In the same way for C. Now please remember that those A, B, C, these are the three structure variables and they will maintain the record of only 3 students, which consist of the fields, the members as role, name and HSC percentage. It is not like a batch. If I want to store a record of a batch 1 which consists of 20 members, then 20 structure variables I need to create, and then only it will be possible for me to maintain the record of those 20 students. Okay, so in that case, rather than using the structure variables, I can create an array of a structure. Now here, if you observe the way I have created the structure variables here, that is, I have not used the struct as a keyword. In C++, it is allowed not to use the struct keyword. I can simply write the name of a structure followed by the variable's name. But if you observe the previous example, that is struct student s1 comma s2, here I have used a struct variable. If you do not use in struct keyword, if you do not use in it in a C++, that is okay. But if you do not use in a C, then your program will give you an error for that declaration. Okay, so that is one of the difference between structures in C and structures in C++. Now let us see one of the example. Here I have a structure as a student which has a members as name, roll number, HSC percentage, and here I have created 2 structure variables A and B, so I can maintain the record of 2 students which consist of name, roll number and HSC percentage. Now I can access those variables using dot operator as A dot role, A dot name and A dot HSC percentage. So while accepting the number, roll number, accepting the name and accepting the HSC percentage from the user, that data will be stored in A object which consists of the 3 members as name, roll number and HSC percentage, and I will use the syntax as C in A dot role, A dot name and A dot HSC percentage. In the same way, I will accept the data for the second student, and if I want to display the data, I can use the cout statement. You can observe the cout statement here, record of student 1, and to display that record which consists of roll number, name and HSC percentage, I can simply write cout roll number as A dot roll, A dot name and A dot percentage. In the same way for record 2, and the record of student 1 and student 2 will be displayed. Okay, now let us see how to assign pointers to the structure. Now here I have a simple structure named as a student which has a roll number and a name as a members. Now let me create a structure variable. Now here stud1 is my structure variable which will be reserved in the memory, and which will have two fields as roll and name. Okay, now here the name is of data type string. In C++ we will have a separate class as a string, and if you include the header file as string.h, then you can work on the string in the C++. Now let me create a pointer variable of a structure student. Now how to create the pointer variable? I can create the pointer of a structure type as student, that is the name of structure, space star ptr. It indicates. Now I want to store the address of stud1, which is the structure variable, in my pointer, that is a pointer of a structure type. So I will write a statement as ptr is equal to and stud1. So it will indicate that ptr is now pointing to stud1, and stud1 has the members as roll and name. Okay, so this is how pointers, we can create the pointers to the structure. Now let us see the how we can access the members using the pointers. There are two ways of accessing the members of a structure using pointers. One way is you can use the arrow operator, and you can use the membership operator, and the second way is you can use the indirection operator, that is star operator and dot operator. Let us see the example. Now here I have a structure as a student, and in that structure I have two members as a role and name. Now if I want to use a string data type, then in C++ we have a class string, and if you want to perform some operations on the string, then we should include the header file, that is string header file, and under that header file we can perform the different operations on the string. So if you observe here, I have included the C string header file. Now if you observe the main statement here, main function here, I have created a pointer, that is star ptr, which is of structure type. I have created a structure variable, that is stud1, and then I want to store the address of stud1 into the ptr pointer, that is my pointer. Okay, so what I will do, I will write the statement as ptr is equal to and stud1. So that pointer will point to the stud1 structure variable, which will contain the roll number and name of a student. Now if I want to display it, then I can use the cout statement to display it, and in the tabular form, if you want to display, then you can use the set with manipulator to display it in the tabular form. Now if you observe here, this first cout statement, in the first cout statement I have used the structure variable to display, to access the members of student structure. Now here I have used stud1.roll and I have used stud1.name to access the roll number and name of a student, which is a member of student. So this is using structure variable. I have accessed the members. Now if I want to access the members using pointer ptr, then I will write ptr arrow operator roll to access the roll number of a student, and ptr arrow name to access the name of the student. Okay, so using pointer variable also, which is of structure type, I can access the members of the student. Now if you see the output will be same in both the cases. If you use a structure variable to access the members, it will give the same output as if you access the members using the pointer variable. Okay, now if you want to use the star operator, that is indirection operator, and dot pointer, then you have to write the syntax like this, that is ptr arrow roll will be equivalent to star ptr in brackets dot roll, and ptr arrow name will be equivalent to star ptr in brackets dot name. So it is same as your the use is same as per the arrow operator. The output will be 25 psi. Okay, that will be same. So I hope you have understood the structures, and I hope you have understood how to access the members of structure using structure variable as well as structure pointer, and how to what is the structure. So we'll meet in the next lecture with the new concept. Thank you. Happy learning.